You might be surprised to learn just how much social media may control our decision-making. A startling new documentary on Netflix explores this phenomenon, and here's a clip from Social Dilemma.
What I want people to know is that everything they're doing online is being watched, is being tracked. Every single action you take is carefully monitored and recorded.
A lot of people think Google's just a search box and Facebook's just a place to see what my friends are doing. What they don't realize is there's entire teams of engineers whose job is to use your psychology against you. I was the co-inventor of the Facebook like button. I was the president of Pinterest,
Google, Twitter, Instagram.
There were meaningful changes happening around the world because of these platforms. I think we were naive about the flip side of that coin.
A whole generation is more anxious, more depressed.
I always felt like fundamentally it was a force for good. I don't know if I feel that way anymore.
If you want to control the population of your country, there has never been a tool as effective as Facebook.
If technology creates mass chaos, loneliness, more polarization, more election hacking, more inability to focus on the real issues, we're toast.
This is checkmate on humanity.
Joining me now is Tim Kendall, the former head of Facebook monetization and former president of Pinterest. He also appears in the documentary Social Dilemma. So, Tim, let's go back to where you started working at Facebook. What exactly was your role there?
I was the director of monetization, so the job was figure out what the business model is for the company and then grow it. The company as a whole, we're just trying to figure out how do we get you to spend more time on the platform. How do we get you to give us more of your life? And the more of your life you're willing to give us, the more money that Facebook and others make off of you.
Why did you decide to pivot, abandon social media altogether?
To be fair, I'm still on social media. I still struggle like everybody else, but becoming a parent really highlighted to me just how addicted to my phone I was. And I've invested over $10 million of my own money into really fighting this problem.
Well, you know, and I'm sure you've heard some critics are going to say, you know, yeah, you had your moment, but you had your moment after making all that money with Facebook and Pinterest. So, yeah, it's easy with X millions of dollars in the bank to be able to say, you know what, not so good for you. How would you respond to that?
I don't feel great about my role. I feel like all I can do at this point is focus on how to raise awareness of this problem and give people tools that will help them.
What makes social media so addictive?
It really preys on our vulnerabilities, you know, our basic instincts. So we all are really sensitive to comparison. We're sensitive to validation. We're proud of who we are. We don't want people to threaten that. So we're very triggered by any threats. That's why a lot of the polarized content is so attractive to us, because it triggers anger, it triggers fear, and it changes our brain. There's a reduction in gray matter in the lower part or animal part of our brain as we use these technologies more.
The other problem is it's hard for children to also be attracted in things that are non-social media related. Like, they lose their enjoyment to go outside, to go to the park, to read. All these other things are no longer interesting. They're boring now.
I mean, what does that sound like to you? It sounds like a substance addict to me.
How young do you think is too young to get on social media for parents who are wondering what the right age is?
What I would do, and I have young kids, mine are 4 and 6, is I would sign up for a program called Wait Till 8. And that's a national program. It basically it's a framework that allows parents to commit to not providing their kid with a smartphone with these services on it until they're in 8th grade. So that's, 13 or 14 years old. I think that's the best decision to make, but that's the decision that I would make. And look, I don't think people should delete social media. I just think that we want to be more deliberate about how much we use it and be mindful of the consequences that it has in terms of our ability to have our life turn out the way we want it to turn out.
Well, Tim, thank you so much. I mean, the revelation that there are armies of engineers in these companies figuring out how to make their sites sticky, I think parents at home should listen to that and realize there's a reason why their kid wants that phone all the time. So thanks for exposing it, and thanks for being part of the documentary.
Yeah, thank you.